And I did think this was interesting because she like asks her, she's like, "Do you like my hair?" And then like later when I get to it, like when they have a confrontation later, she's like, "I feel like you didn't like my hair." Like she kind of wanted more of a reaction. I feel like out of it than what Becca gave her. Like she was really like baiting her.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's one of those like there are some social transgressions that are not really spoken out loud. Like you wouldn't say to your friend, "Hey, don't get my exact haircut," especially if it's like a unique haircut, but like
Yeah.
sort of understood that that would be an odd thing to do. So I think this is a great example of that. And Honey does a pretty good job throughout the book pulling off these like transgressions that
But
are
like just enough to be like,
uh-huh.
what's that like TikTok soundbite? It's like I work hard to get things that not everybody has.
It's just not cool that you copy me. Like, I go to lengths to try to get things that not everybody has.
Okay, well, I can't return those.
I bought them.
So Honey calls her later and lets her know that she's always around if she needs anything. And she preemptively denies the mental breakdown rumor. She's like, I didn't say anything like that. If you've heard anything, I didn't say it. FYI.
Mhm.
So the next day at school, she is approached by a random person who asks her about her mental breakdown. So again, lie. And Honey shows up to school in Becca's clothes and her haircut
Yeah.
and wearing the parrot pin. Becca is like, I cannot take this. So she and Trish go outside for a walk where they see Honey making out with Eric, the boring ex boyfriend that she broke up with at the beginning of this book. And she's just like, I can't. This bitch is trying to take my life. Like, I can't. What am I going to do with this? Truly. She like is upset and she goes to her locker that's been trashed. And she's like, are you kidding me? Like, the day I've had right now, I cannot deal with this. She goes to the bathroom and Honey is in the bathroom where she does have like a pretty intense confrontation. She goes like nuclear on her and she like is like, you're being super weird, you're acting just like me, you're doing all this stuff. Now you're with Eric. Why? Because I was with him. Like, that's insane. And Honey takes this in and pulls out a gun.
Mhm.
And she's and she shoots her. But it's a water gun. Gotcha game. Remember that gotcha game we used to do? Insanity. Like true like insanity.
Yeah. I I have no words for this kind of behavior. But also when she finally explodes at Honey in the bathroom, it was kind of like, well, finally.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like I'm just like, have you put this together? Because these all seem to be like little pieces that I'm like, do you get that
yeah.
she's doing all this stuff? Like I just need you to like verbalize this. So then she's on a date with Bill, and Becca tells him about the latest Honey drama. And Bill tells her, didn't you hear? There was like a random guy that broke into the school and vandalized a bunch of people's lockers. And then Becca, for some reason, is like, "Ah, well, then I feel really bad about blowing up at Honey. I'm like, because she didn't do one thing, she
Right.
did like 10 other things. She pulled a water gun on you.
Including almost killing your friend, like
Yeah.
by cutting the brakes on her bike, which
Yes.
seems like a much larger transgression than like trashing a locker.
I know. But she's like, I guess I was wrong for blowing up at her about the
Yeah.
locker because that doesn't seem like it was her fault. And I'm like, Becca, girl. She also asks Bill if Honey has ever like been flirty with him or like had interactions with him, and Bill's kind of like weirdly evasive about it. So she's like, don't like that.
Yeah. It's like, well, that's not a no.
Yeah. So Becca gets home and her mom's just kind of like immediately there waiting for her. She's like, I know that you were out with Bill. She's like,
Mhm.
shit. So she's like, and you're grounded, no party, get upstairs. And so
Yeah,
she's like, are you kidding me? And so she's going upstairs, obviously is not had a good night. Honey bursts out of her closet
crazy.
and is like, I'm so sorry I told your mom that you were out with Bill. He's not good for you.
I would also like to say mom's priorities are not in order because she has this vendetta against Bill for the listener, the great crime was he graffitied the school or was
Mhm.
involved with a group
Yeah.
of kids who graffitied the school a year earlier. But mom is not worried about the attempted murderer that keeps sneaking into her house.
Also, yeah, like the weird new girl who now has her daughter's exact haircut,
Right.
which I didn't get the quote, but it's kind of like, you know what, like a pixie, like it's like a real short, like very distinct
Yeah.
haircut.
Yeah.
And
So
she,
mom needs a talking to as well.
she needs to open her eyeballs. So she's like, yeah, he's just not good for you. Becca freaks out on her again, and she's like, you are not my friend. My only friends are Trish and Lila. Like, I do not know you. Get out of my house. And uh Honey does mention that she broke up with Eric. Because I
Mm.
guess because yeah, Becca's like, and you were like dating my ex-boyfriend. Like that's so weird. And she's like, well, I broke up with him. But it's so creepy because she's like, just like you did.
Ugh.
There's a few like Honey line deliveries that I'm like, ooh. And that was
Mhm.
one of them where she's like, I broke up with him. Just like you did.
Mhm.